We started renovating the windows, but we're not sure if we used the right color. When we bought this house, we took out a bank loan for the purchase and saved up money for the restoration. We thought that we only had to replace some wooden beams in the roof and demolish the annex built in the 70s. These are structural works that we cannot do ourselves, so we have to save up for it.
One of the big projects we have is restoring all the windows. We have roughly 27 of these windows. There is 9 per floor, and we have 3 floors. Of course, we have some other type of windows, but mostly these. So almost 27 of these windows.
Although we love old houses and have experience with renovating and building houses in the Netherlands, we are not professional builders. But it turns out that we are short on money. The house is in much worse condition than we thought, and the prices of materials are much higher than we expected. So our budget will never be enough. This means not only that we are still working to earn money, but also that we will do as much as we can ourselves. A large project, but not difficult, is restoring these old shutters and windows. We will start with the shutters of one room to see how these will turn out. Because of all the dust, we took them outside. Nothing beats working outside. It keeps the mess out of the house and gives us a bit of fresh air. We chose not to strip all the paint, since the cracks are actually in the wood. We'd have to fill them anyway. So the plan is sand it down, fill the cracks, sand again, add a primer coat and then paint. We know it's not going to give us that perfect finish, but that's okay. The shutters will keep their antique charm and it's a whole lot faster. I was working on sanding them to smoothen without completely removing the paint, and the next step was for Mirella to start filling the cracks in the old wood. Although we were outside, the dust was still too much. Note to ourselves, wear a mask next time. Mirella said it started to rain. I said sanding is going perfect. We often wonder, should a restoration even be perfect? She's an old house and we love old houses. A flawless finish wouldn't necessarily make her any more beautiful. So we're aiming for a balance. A comfortable home that still feels historic. And of course we have to stay within budget and work within our very real DIY limits. We had decided on a light blue color, and in the paint shop we had to choose from 50 shades of blue, which didn't make it any easier.
I might like it. Let's see what it looks like when it's on the shutters.
So Mirella put on the gloves and started applying the paint. Mirella applied the first coat of light blue paint on the shutters, which hadn't seen a fresh coat in 50 years. We watched with anticipation. Would this turn out the way we expected in the store? Mirella was positive, and I was hoping she was right.
Alright, now let's have a look at the results. We bought some paint just to try the color. We painted 4 shutters, so let's see what it looks like. The first one. We should have marked which one goes where for next time. And this is what it looks like.
After hanging back the shutters, we started to doubt our choice. We looked at them from every angle and still weren't really convinced.
Alright, I'm going to take out one of the shutters, see what it looks like outside. Testing against the color of the house, because they might be a bit too blue, but let's see.
Walking down the stairs, I think I already realized that the shutters were actually too blue to our taste. So please do let us know what you think. I look forward to reading that in the comments. So let's see what this looks like. Outside it looks much whiter. Alright, so we painted those shutters in a color blue that we think might be a bit too blue. So we decided to try something new. And we're going to try that on the backside of these two shutters. To get some inspiration, we went to the small coastal village nearby. You'll notice the shutters have a variety of different colors. There's a lot of light blue, alongside grey, green, brown, and a few other colors sprinkled in. There's clearly no strict regulations, so we have some freedom in this. I think the problem is choice. Never afraid to try something new, Mirella ordered testers in 5 different colors just to see how they'd compare. Opening the jars was a bit of a surprise to me as well. Turned out there were 5 fascinating colors, and we were actually looking for the best way to compare them in real life, because we found out that a color from a jar is different than a color on a shutter. We decided to paint just half a shutter in each color to save time. We always liked houses and renovations, so we had plenty of practice. 15 years ago we renovated the house, and 8 years ago we built our own home, doing most of the painting ourselves. This was in the Netherlands because we are Dutch. You might have noticed the shutters are mounted on the inside. Well, compared to outside shutters, it is easier to control the light and privacy with inside shutters. But they also act as natural insulators, helping to keep your home warm in winter and cool in summer. Plus, they're more durable and easy to maintain, so no ladders or hanging out of windows. And let's not forget about cost efficiency. They're often more budget friendly than exterior options, so inside shutters are a smart choice. We were starting to feel like we were in a kindergarten project. But then again, we didn't find any better way to choose a color, so we just kept on going. So we were almost done finishing with the first 4 colors, so meaning 2 shutters, and time to grab the last one and check out the very light blue that we had picked. We will try the new blue paint we bought on the shutter that's already blue, so we can compare the old and the new color. And then it was time for the big reveal. So I hung back the shutters and we marveled at the results. Another beautiful Pipi Langkous shutter. Sorry for the Dutch there, Pipi Langkous is Pipi Longstocking, and we felt like this was a Pipi Longstocking project. The samples we used were wall paint, so they are a bit more matte than normal finish. We had to apply a second layer to make the real color shine through, but now they should be looking good. And picking some wildflowers to see how they match the colors. We decided to have a glass of wine in the room to let the colors sink in. As you can see, we also took the opportunity to test some shades on the wall, getting a head start on our next project, adding paneling to the rooms. We imagined this old kitchen that will become our bedroom with beautiful paneled walls, fitting the time the house was built in. We are not sure yet if we will do the paneling directly on the old stucco or that we will first apply plywood. The wall should reflect the shades of light pink, green or of the blue skies. We are even wondering if we should paint the ceilings as other palazzos have. Which will be an interesting job as the ceilings are very high, almost 4 meters. But now back to the colors. We took the shutters outside on the old balcony to see how they match the old bricks. Of course, it depends on the time of the day. This is late afternoon. In the morning we have full sunshine on this side. While I was hustling around the shutters, Mirella was outside watching. She liked every color. I didn't like any. So we have a problem.
Help us! Please!
Curious how this ends? Please follow along.